All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Monday, May 20th, set by Vulcan. Oh dear, I think he's one of the tougher setters. Let's see what Vulcan has. Observing what may happen to exam papers. Well, that phraseology, what may happen, makes me think that's going to be a punning second definition, and the straight definition will be observing. So what does happen to exam papers? They pass or fail. Oh, they are marked. What may happen? Observing may happen to, well, I'm wondering if it could be remarking. If you observe not as in seeing something, but as making a statement about something, you might be remarking. Although, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I'll put it in and we'll see what our crossers do. Short of water, holding up progress in repairing enclosures. Well, if the R is right, I wonder if it could be dry and enclosures. There are those dry stone walls, but is there another name for them? Those walls that are formed just by laying stones on top of each other without any cement or anything, dry stone. It's quite a craft. So then 11 across would begin with, well, we'll begin with an S, which seems very likely with small. Devout wish for one using a jet. So if that was an S followed by maybe a word for devout and a word for wish, or maybe a devout wish is a prayer, and a sprayer, I suppose, could be using a form of a jet, a spray. Yeah, I sort of like it. So then this would begin with an O. Probity, not altogether necessary. Yes, invaledictory notice. So it's just a simple hidden word. It's very rare you see it hidden inside a single word, but I think it's an obit, which would be a send-off notice for someone who has passed away. All right, so then Girl from Spain would begin with E. Has to rely on soldiers. Ooh, Senorita, no, but beginning with E, could it be a Spanish girl's name? And it's going to be then charaded with a word for rely and a word or one of those acronyms for soldiers. No, not seeing it. All right, let's try these other downs. Slowly pay off armies to disband. Is it going to be slowly or disband? It's a very unusual letter pattern. If slowly is wordplay, is there a musical notation for slowly, like largo or and then pay off? Armies would be part of the wordplay either way, I think. To disband. I wonder if it is either an ing or an ion word. As for disband, no, horses eat grass, I'm told. Ah, yeah, so it's a homophone, I'm told. And if an animal eats grass, it grazes. And there is, ooh, now is it going to be, I presume it'll be the British spelling. I think you refer to a grey horse as a grey, right? I have a funny feeling maybe even its white horses are called a grey, but I know that I vaguely remember there's some funny illogical name for one horse, but let's try greys. Leeds to London traveller, perhaps nowhere near a bank. Ooh, Leeds to London. Oh, I'm wondering if it's something to do with the direction. I suppose if you go from Leeds to London, you're going south. Um, or is there a famous train or a stagecoach in the past that went from Leeds to London? And then what's nowhere? Well, that sounds like wordplay. Something for nowhere beside a word for a bank or to bank. No, a piece of skin torn by silver pin. Silver is AG, but how is this going to work? Could it be a piece of skin? Torn by silver makes me think that's wordplay, and we're going to put silver inside something. But it looks with that G as if it's going to be. Of course, we still don't have anything really to confirm the remarking. Now, let me go back to the acrosses. Oh, I never looked down. Put down a foot. I think of stamp as in to put down your foot. But yeah, maybe it's going to be A followed by something for foot. And it's going to mean, could be a put down as in an insult, or put down as in an insurrection. No. Level with a wild animal runs into it. All right, so I think that the definition will be level because runs into it sounds like we're going to have to put RR. Yeah, because I think if it was a single R, they would have written the clue as just run into it. I think there must be two R's in the middle of this, and it might be a something something, some wild animal, a boar. Let's see. Yeah, if it is two R's, it'll be a four-letter wild animal. What's a word for level? Could be level as in honest, or level as in to confess or to tell the truth, or level just as in not crooked. No, not saying it. Where president can't be backed into a corner. Okay, this is a nice easy one. I think it's just a punning cryptic definition. Surely they mean the Oval Office, where there are no corners. Ooh, so now, I wonder if, I was just thinking of words that would fit, and I thought of mid-river. And I thought, yeah, so you're not near the riverbank if you are mid-river, but don't ask me. Oh, I suppose the M1 runs from Leeds to London. Okay. Just guessing at that because I think it's an M1 driver. Alrighty. Now our piece of skin torn by silver pin. No, not seeing it. Okay, that's our girl from Spain, now ends in an R. Artist I see talking in broadcast soaps. So I think that it's going to be the name of an artist. Could be a type of an artist, but I'm going to guess an actual artist. And IC talking, I think, is a homophone of IC. So the two letters I and C inside an anagram of soaps. And we have Picasso. There we go. Okay, those should be helpful, those letters or the downs. Let's try giveaway pouch with grain if hiding. Well, that sounds like wordplay. If is hiding inside. I think we're going to have a word for pouch followed by a word for grain, and it's going to mean giveaway. I'm wondering if the grain could be rice. So we have another I and ICE, and it's going to mean giveaway. Oh, a pouch could be a sack, and so sacrifice. Does that mean giveaway? I think it's a little vague, but I think it's close enough. All right. This might be A followed by foot. Oh, could it be a foot as in poetic meter? Iamb or something? No. Expedition hunting for browser. Well, just have to run through all the different internet browsers, and Safari is an expedition, I suppose. Get comfortable in Tennessee, though far off. All right. Yeah, off is an anagram indicator, so I think it's going to be Tennessee, though far. Let's see, that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, and it is the whole height of the grid. So I think it's going to be Tennessee, though far off. What's going to be, I think the four-letter to get comfortable, something like rest ones, not eyes, rest ones. Let's try the anagram helper. Did I spell Tennessee right? Yeah, the F I think is going to be important. Oh, something one's feet. That would seem to be right. Stretch, maybe? Oh no, we don't have a C. What is it if it's feet? Not seeing it. No. No, maybe I'm wrong with either ones or feet. Yeah. Feels like there's some word in there that I'm just not seeing. Farson, Sharton, Strahan, Michael Strahan. No, I must, let me take out the feet. Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's try cause anger as I sat down to dinner wearing mink. Ooh, that's a good clue, good surface. Cause anger. So I think that must be the definition, something like enrage. As I sat down to dinner, oh, I'm thinking mink could be fur that we're going to put around something. I'm thinking infuriate. Oh yeah, we also have, yeah, so the whole thing actually reads as in fur I ate. So it's really it's not putting one word inside another as I first thought. I thought it would be wearing the mink literally, but it's just in fur I ate. All right. Heavily criticize article about the Roman Church. Well, heavily criticize is often pan. An article can be the. Oh, but it's going to go about the Roman. And then I think it's going to be something to do with pantheism. Could it be pantheic? Oh, or pantheon? Yeah, so I think it's pan, the article the, and then about something is on it. And of course, it's a church in Rome, I suppose. I won't check it. I'm fairly confident. All right. A smashing racing vehicle. I think this is just a cryptic definition. Smashing used here as an adjective meaning fabulous or wonderful. But I think it's literally a stock car, maybe? Stock car racing, but maybe there's another word for it where they do actually crash into each other. Dodgems or whatever else you call those. Okay, let's go back to the crosses. A depth measure, including temperature, is extraordinary. Well, I'm thinking the definition is extraordinary. Whenever I see the A, I'm suspicious of it, and so I'm thinking this might actually begin with A. And then we have some depth measure, and we're going to put T for temperature inside it. Yes, so I was trying to think of a unit of measure, but I think it's when on a ship they take the depth measure, they call it a sounding. So I think this is a sounding. All right, fielder is a little short bloke. Now, is it one of the positions in cricket? If it is, I may be out of luck. And the wordplay, a little short bloke. No, could it be someone whose name is Fielder? And we've no more letters to get in that one, so I think I'm on my own. Of course, the E might be wrong, but I think it's right. All right, Asian national heading off to travel. So I think we have to think of an Asian nationality, remove its first letter. And we're going to get a word for travel. I presume it's going to be an IAN ending. Cambodian, Laotian, or is it just Lao? Malaysian. No, not seeing it. Try Livingston and pay attention. Ooh, yes, so if you try a case, you hear it, and Livingston is the former mayor of London, Ken Livingstone, and if you pay attention, you hearken. So you do need to know British politics of, what was that, 20 years ago, maybe more? 2 weeks by fort in darkness. Oh. I'm thinking the definition is going to be darkness. Oh, of course, week is W, so maybe it's some word with 2 W's in it. Seems unlikely. Yes. To get 2 weeks, which is a fortnight, you have to put night beside fort. Oh my goodness. As simple as that. Yeah, that's one where I could see myself spending minutes and minutes trying to work it out when it's actually pretty obvious. Where spirits may be found, ghost, troubled girl. Well, I'm thinking where spirits may be found is the definition, and it's going to be some kind of bar, off license. And we're going to have, is it a charade of ghost, troubled girl, or is one of those words going to be anagrammed? Oh yes, so I think you anagram ghost and you get shot G, and a girl is a lass. And so it's not a building, but a container where you'll find spirits. All right. After a time, bristly snout goes in here. Oh my goodness. After a time, it can bristly be an anagram? No, because I was thinking it might be bristly. It might be an anagram of snout. I suppose it could be. No, not seeing it. Democrat replacing nasty, hereditary ruler. Ooh, I think it is going to be a hereditary ruler, maybe. Or, oh no, maybe just a ruler. Hereditary could be dynasty. And if you replace the nasty with D, something like DYD, I don't know, I'm not sure about that. A ruler, no. Tricky one. Loose horse in stall. Well, a horse can be a GG. Oh, and so loose trousers, as Madness taught us all those years ago, are baggy. And a stall can be a bay. All right. Where to now? I think we've been through everything. Levels. Okay, so this I'm thinking the double R is going to be there. Level with a, and then a wild animal runs into it. Level with. Yeah, I'm going to have to, I think, pause and look up synonyms of level. Ah, no, it's not two R's. I was wrong. It's a single run. Yeah, I'm wondering why he didn't define it as run into it. Anyway, the wild animal is a beast, whoops, and we put the R in it and we get abreast. So if you're level with somebody else, you're abreast with them. All right. I'm not sure about that A, but I'm not sure what else it could be. It has to be some vowel. Piece of skin torn by silver. Oh, actually, the word agnail comes to mind. I know there's a hangnail. I wonder if that's related. Let me pause and look that up. Yes, agnail is another word for hangnail. God, I hate hangnails when I get them. Um, yeah, maybe I must have seen that word sometime in the murky past because it didn't completely surprise me. All right, now slowly pay off. Oh, I wonder if armies to disband is an anagram of armies. Oh, it could even be maybe armies too. Yeah, let me pause and think about that. Yeah, that's exactly it. Amortize. So I think when you're paying off your mortgage, you repay the loan, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's something like that. Now, a girl from Spain has to rely on soldiers. I know the word duenna, who I think is a married woman in Spain. Let me see if there is a version of that ending in R. I think it's actually Eleanor. I didn't find any duenna, so that didn't sound very Spanish anyway. I think to rely on is to lean, and I think soldiers is OR, something rangers or something. So I don't know if the E maybe is the Spanish for from, and so it's not really a girl from Spain, it's just a girl's name, because I think the only famous Eleanor, well, Roosevelt, of course, but Eleanor of Aquitaine, she was French, I think. All right, this really is looking like dry stone. Dry stone walling, maybe? So let's see. Dry is short of water. Holding up progress in repairing. Oh, holding up progress is stonewalling. Ah, all right. I don't think I've ever heard. I suppose the verb to repair a dry stone wall, maybe even to build it in the first place, is dry stone walling. All right. I will go ahead and check that one just to. It is correct. All right. All right. So the top left is done. Let's try and finish. Put down a foot. I'm finding it hard to think of another word for foot. And it's going to mean put down. Let me pause and think about that. Well, the most likely word I can think of is abase, which is really putting yourself down. But I can see a base of a statue, for example. It could be that's foot. Let's check this one. It is correct. All right. That was fortunate. All right, let's try our anagram helper now and see if I can work it out. Feathers one's nest, of course. Yeah, I should have just looked at the N. EAST, feather one's nest, of course. Fielder, I think I'm going to have to reveal this one. A cove. Fielder is a little short bloke. Well, a bloke is a cove. But how is fielder is a little, so maybe it's a word for a fielder that is shortened. Oh, I think there is a position in cricket called cover. I'm thinking that's what it is. We'll check 15 squared. I don't mind not getting that one, not being very au fait with cricket. Here's our hereditary ruler. Well, I'm going to put in dynast. I think might be a person who is a member of a dynasty. Let's check it. It is right. How is Democrat replacing nasty? I mean, we've all the letters of nasty. I think it's just D, and then replacing must simply be, oh, replacing. Oh, that's very cruel. That's what we expect from Vlad the Impaler. All right. Asian. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe the definition is Asian national, and it's a word for to travel with its heading off. Huh. Let me try. Is that how you spell it? Let's check it. It is correct. What is the word to travel then? Heading off to travel. No, I'm not seeing it. All right, so 20. Trough came to mind as a word that would fit, and of course that's where a snout would go. So after a time, bristly is rough. Someone can be rough shaven if they have a lot of bristle, and a snout goes in here into the trough. All right. Well, I suppose it wasn't too terrible. Let's check all. Did anything drop out? Oh, yes. Well, maybe I just mistyped. Whoops, did it again. We're going to just have to go back and look at the instant replay because I definitely meant to put in feathers on nest. All right, let's see what 15 squared has to say. All right, today's blog is by Peter O. A couple of quiblettos. Okay, just one quibletto. So I wanted to check on Eleanor. Oh, Spain, of course, is E. Ah, yes, the international, I suppose, vehicle registration is what that stands for. So it's not the word from in Spanish, it's just Spain itself, of course. Cove, yes, it is cover. I do want to see what one he might be quibbling with. 24 then. Oh, national. It's an anagram. Oh, wow. You have to separate Asian and national. It's just Asian is Laotian. National with its heading off, and you anagram it. Ooh, okay. I think I understood all of the downs. Smashing. Okay, so not even sure what has in mind for smashing. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't think stock car. I think Peter O may have a point. Doesn't necessarily mean that they all crash into each other. Um, oh, they are allowed to crash into each other. Okay. Poor Jeff Down Under doesn't know the former mayors of London, understandably. Oh, a while since Red Ken appeared. He must be getting on. Yeah, I think at some stage they have to retire some of these references to people from the 80s and 90s, etc. Anyway, so I enjoyed it. I really didn't see too much to quibble with, and I have to say I enjoyed it. Thank you as always for watching, and have a wonderful day.